Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle. We are back with another video. It has been a long time. We are going to today jump into four different ways that we can use to beat the Wyvern Stage 11 boss. While we're doing that, I'm going to talk about some things that have been going on with me and why I've been kind of MIA this past week. But before we do, let me start this run. So you can see here, comp number one is going to be a tank in the front with a healer and two damage dealers. So the idea here is Crow tanks all the damage, Angelica keeps him alive because the boss only attacks him. We're also all water, and we have the two damage dealers, both of which have defense breaks. I'm going to try and find a way to show the gear on the screen while this is playing, so I don't have to show it all afterward. So if you can see it now, then those are the stats on them. I currently have Aureus on Crow. He'd probably be better on something that increased his defense or something like that. But for now, I think Aureus is fine. This should work. And then Angelica is on Rod. So basically increases her single target healing, and really the only person we're worried about her healing is Crow. So he doesn't have crazy stats, his gear isn't maxed. I only really use him in Guild War, but we're going to use him here as example number one of our one way you can beat Wyvern. So you guys know I've been away for about a week now. I had some pretty serious real life issues, and I needed some time to take care of them. I just couldn't stream, and I couldn't make videos either. So I do very much apologize. I felt terrible for kind of leaving you guys high and dry for the past week. There has been a lot that's happened. I will give you a brief account update as well. But I did want to put this video out because I wanted to put it out last week. So first three attacks are going to go on Crow, no big deal. He can tank them pretty easily. And Angelica with a full heal, and we're basically back to where we started. Really all we have to do is make it to the shield, and this is fine. This comp is pretty much as safe as it gets. This is the standard, put a tank in front with Angelica, and make sure your damage dealers have enough damage to get through the shield. Unfortunately, our Queen missed her defense break there, so we still have no defense break. And Luna never defense breaks, so that's not true. She always defense breaks the turn before the shield goes up so that it gets cleansed right away. Alright, so you can see Crow's still full health. Really, we've been in no danger of dying. The shield's coming up next, which means he'll get healed again. Now that the boss is going to shield next turn, she will do her defense break. And there's the other defense break. So we've successfully used both of our defense breaks the turn before the shield goes up, which is going to make it a little bit harder to break the shield here. I mean, we can definitely do it if Queen procs. She is quite fast, so that does help. We may end up breaking the shield even without it. So we got no procs. But she's fast enough that she was able to take another turn, and there's a defense break. She lands it this time, and no issues. So you can see, even like when things go wrong, we still really had no issues breaking the shield. Like, and our Luna didn't even crit there. So basically everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and we still had no issues really getting through the shield. As you can see, Kreen going crazy. I do have Joker on Luna, and I don't have Joker on Kreen. The reason being that I want her to proc, so I have her on R now. I want her to proc as many times as possible to give her as many chances to put up that defense break as possible. Because her defense break is only one turn, so the more often she can use it, the better.
I'm on my way.
So because we've had kind of bad luck with the defense breaks and stuff, we might have to withstand another shield, which kind of sucks. It's gonna be close. We might be able to get through it. Wow, she didn't crit again. At least we're doing 4 different ways to beat this. You can see how not absolutely terrible my my Luna is. We just got really unlucky. Alright, so Crow dies, which kind of sucks, but I mean, you can see once we actually attack into a defense break, it's quite easy. So even though he died, we had no issues killing the boss. So that's method number 1. Method number 2, well, first of all, before we even change it, if your tank can't tank, that's okay. So replacements here for Crow, you could put in basically any water tank. So outside of water, you could use General Purchase, who I have used in the past. We're not going to show him today, just because it's not as standard. But you could definitely go like this. He works as well because he's very tanky. He's also got, even though he's not element advantage, he has an attack bar boost, which counters the attack bar that he gives the Wyvern boss. So it works well, and he has the attack boost as well as attack bar boost. So he's fantastic here. He's actually better than Crow in that slot. Because Crow doesn't really do much. He does a little bit of damage, but that's it. But yeah, he would be better. You can also use Crozet. You could use Tywin is probably best in slot because he's got a defense break and an attack buff, and a defense buff. So basically any of those, if I'm missing any, I'm sure you guys will remind me down in the comment section below. I'm just using Crow because he's the only one of the bunch that I actually have. So now, say your Crow can't tank, or your Angelica isn't keeping up with the heals, or whatever, it's just not working. What you can do, the reason I have him on Aureus, the reason I had him on Aureus is to switch these two. So now you can take any water tank, and you can put them on Aureus as long as they're a knight. Put them on Aureus and put them on the side. So that's going to, say your Angelica can't quite tank Wyvern yet, because you're running Angelica. Instead of running triple damage dealers, because she can't quite tank it, let's start this run. Because she can't quite tank it, now you have Aureus to give her that little extra defense and have a little of that damage absorbed by your tank who's off to the side. And now there's no way Angelica's ever done. Your only issue now is going to be, if you run this setup, you just need to make sure your damage dealers can do enough damage to actually kill the boss. But other than that, it should be pretty much easy mode. So yeah, anyway, I was having some real life issues and had to take some time away, and I do apologize greatly. I tried to be as active as possible on my Discord channel. Speaking of which, if you're not on the Discord, come check us out. It is a great community. We've got a couple hundred people there now, and I absolutely love everybody on the channel. It's a great place to hang out, lots of information, and we have both of our guild chats in there as well. So Also, quick shout out to both guilds. You guys have both been doing amazing. You did a great job of using your attacks while I was away. And we won most of our wars as well, which is really nice. So yeah, anyway, I am back now. We'll be back regularly moving forward. We'll be streaming again every single day. So definitely, if you're not already following the Twitch channel, come check us out. Twitch.tv/5fingershuffle. We will be starting tonight. I don't know what it is Eastern Standard Time anymore. But we'll be starting in a couple hours. And we'll be running until... It's usually like a 7-hour stream. So... I'm in Arizona, so we don't have a time change. I'm super confused with the time change right now. Alright, so now you can see the Wyvern boss attacking Angelica. My Angelica can actually tank this even without Aureus, so it's not too big of a deal. Alright, so we missed the defense break again. But you can see how little damage she took. Because we have Crow there on Aureus, kind of protecting her. Even when the boss crits, it's ranging anywhere from 1500 to 2200, which is nothing on her, so. Hey, our Luna didn't defense break the turn before the shield, that's kind of nice. So we're actually going to get the chance to do some damage here. And the nice thing about having Angelica on Rod is the boss is only attacking her, right? So everybody else is going to remain full health, and Rod is going to proc on her every single time. She freaking Kareen is not making a good case for herself here. She missed another defense break.
Oh my.
Her effectiveness is a little low. Luna's isn't. I do need to work on Kareen's gear a little bit. She could be a little bit better. Alright, so she's 0 for 3 defense breaking now. Kareen, you're embarrassing me. There we go. Atta girl. She heard me. Luckily, she goes crazy like this, so it doesn't really matter. Even if she does miss the defense break, we're still plenty of damage to get through the shield.
Exterminating.
I swear she heard me. All of a sudden, she's like, "Oh crap! He saw me. I better step up my game." And that's it for number 2. So those are probably the 2 most common ways of beating Wyvern. The third, if you happen to have Tamarine, you can run Tamarine in here as well. My Tamarine is terribly geared, but the idea here is kind of the same thing, except there's no Aureus. So your Angelica is going to be a tiny bit tankier, but your Tamarine is going to help keep up the heals. So ideally on this comp, you would switch the artifacts around. I'm not going to. I would put Rod on Tamarine, and then just to increase her heals. I honestly don't even think my Tamarine has an artifact right now, but we're gonna run it anyway. We'll check after. I'm pretty sure I took her because I think she was on Rod when I was using her, and then I took it off and I put it on Angelica. But we'll have to check after the fact. So if your Angelica's not tanky enough to basically run Angelica and 3 damage dealers, then these are your 3 options. You can run the tank in the front, you can run the tank on the side, or you can run a secondary healer. The reason Tamarine works is basically because she has the attack bar manipulation as well as the proccing the extra turn on the ally with the highest attack, and she has an attack buff. So she'll increase the damage of your entire team, 1 by proccing the extra turn, 2 by the attack bar manipulation, and 3 by giving Luna an extra turn, because my Luna has my highest attack. So I did change some gear around in order to make this work. I used to use Kreen as a pure damage dealer. For Wyvern, I had to change her to more of a speed build. So I will show the gear at the end if you can't already see it on the screen. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to edit that in or not. I'm going to try. So if you can't see it now, I will go through everybody's gear at the end. I'll probably go through it anyway, just to make sure it's on there. And we can kind of talk about what I like about it and what I don't like about it. Kreen missed another defense break. Thankfully, Luna landed hers. So this is the one downfall of running Tamarine here, is she is boosting the Wyvern's combat readiness, which procs him into another turn there. But in the end, I think the good outweighs the bad. And she would definitely, like, she doesn't heal for much. She's got a pretty bad heal. But with Rod, when she is on Rod, it makes her heal passable. Alright, so that's the skill that procs the extra turns. So that's how we got 33k damage there when it was Tamarine's turn, which is really nice. And then she missed the crit. So we would have actually killed this before the shield. But Angelica, or sorry, Kreen landed 0 defense breaks. This was Luna's best fight, I think, of the 3. She's been defense breaking when she's supposed to be. She's proccing her maximum hits every turn. There you go. She's been doing a great job of proccing her defense break whenever there's already a defense break. Alright. So that is the third way. And then finally, if your Angelica can do this without a heal, or without any support, you can add a 3rd damage dealer. And this is my normal team. So this one is actually my favorite. One, because it's faster. We have no issues with damage whatsoever. And the only time it sometimes fails is if Angelica for some reason doesn't heal.
Let the goddess lead the way. Burning hatred. A desire for revenge. Take that!
So in terms of substitutions, for the first team, we already talked about it. Yeah, we had Crow as the leader. You could put basically anybody in that spot that's really tanky. Crow, Tywin, Crozet, General Purgus, you name it. Because they don't have to be on Aureus either, just need to be super tanky. Ideally water, unless it's General Purgus. For the second comp with the Knight on the side, because you're going to use Aureus for that one, it's basically any water tank. You might be able to get by with, I don't know, like a really slow fire tank or something. Just because, as long as they're really slow and they're not proccing too much of the boss's attack bar, then it should be okay. Just in the off chance you don't have a water one. Alright, so here we go. Decreases the attack bar of Angelica all 3 times, but it shouldn't matter. As long as she heals. The nice thing on this comp is Chloe has the nail, which greatly increases everybody's damage. And we got the defense break. So you see, like, she would have got 5,900 damage, it jumps to 8,700 because of nail. Unfortunately, no crit, but we got an extra 3,000 damage there.
I'm on my way. Beginning. Sweet. The dawn is quietly blazing. On my honor as a dragon, I will punish you.
Other substitutions, I mean, obviously Luna's great here. In terms of damage dealers, you do want, ideally, 2 defense breaks. You could also run like a Terranor guard and just lock it on skill 1, or a Clarissa as well and lock it on skill 1, just to make sure that you have those like consistent defense breaks if you're not going to run a team like this. I just quite honestly didn't want to build a Terranor guard, and I have a Clarissa built on my baby account, so I plan on using Clarissa for my Wyvern team in my baby account. It's just not quite ready yet.
Exterminating.
The more I watch this in detail, the more it bothers me that Kreen's effectiveness is low and she's not landing as many defense breaks as she should.
Back up.
I feel like we would always have defense break up if she would just do her job. The good news is she always works when you call her out. Nice damage there. And that'll be it. So those are the 4 ways that I've been using to beat the boss. That's kind of my progression with those 4 teams. Hopefully that helps you guys out. I am going to show you guys the gear now. Of course we got Mystic Summon bookmarks. We are saving those, by the way, for the Light Araminta coming out. Alright, so we didn't actually change any gear for any of those runs. First, let me show you my Crow. My Crow's on lifesteal. Yours doesn't have to be. I just got crazy lifesteal rolls for my Abyss gear. 19% HP, 23% HP, and 19% HP. And the top 2 aren't even maxed. And then on the right-hand side, I've got 2 white pieces of gear that are level 70. And all 3 of them are only plus 12. So there's a lot more room for improvement. And he's got almost 19k HP. So I'm sure you guys can do better than that. He also has 0 skill ups. But he is on a level 21 Aureus, and that's really all that matters for the second of those 4 runs. And the first one, basically he just has to be tanky, so I'm sure you can get him tankier than this. Um, my Tamarine, I'm scared to show you because her gear's really bad. 6k HP with no artifact and 2 defense percent pieces on the right hand side and a +4 set of speed boots. So she only got 154 speed. She's on a speed set, which is good. But this isn't even maxed. These should be HP because it would increase her heals. But yeah, terrible, terrible gear. Her best piece here doesn't even have HP percent on it. The only thing it has is the 3 speed, which is really all she even needs. Just really, really, really bad. Like, this is as poorly geared as you will ever see a Tamarine. And she's still no issues. She worked fine. Yeah, not much else to say about her. My Angelica, I think, is actually quite well geared. She's got 17.5k HP with 1200 defense and 163 speed. Her boots are amazing. She got 25% HP substat on the +40 boots now with the update. This is the only one that I really want to improve. Obviously, want a level 85 PC level 85 piece of gear for her ring. But other than that, pretty good. She got 19% HP there, 18% with 15% defense there, and 24% defense with 11% HP there. So obviously we could replace the neck as well if we got a better neck for her, but at least now with the new update, all the level 85 pieces have max rolls. She did get the 60%. But like I said, we could get another 10% HP on the ring if we could just get a good ring. So all in all, I'm really happy with my Angelica. Her 17.5k HP seems to be holding up just fine, and she's still not slow at 163 speed. And she's on a +15 rod artifact. And then my Korean, I did mention that she got re-geared for this specifically. Her left-hand side isn't maxed yet. They're all +12, but the right-hand side is. She's up to 190 speed with 77 crit rate. Ideally, I'd like this a little bit higher, mainly because she's only attacking fire. I don't need her at 100% because she's got element advantage, which is an extra 15%, which brings her up to 92% crit rate. Plus, I have an imprint on my Luna, which is another 4.8%, which brings her up to like 97% crit rate. So she's essentially maxed, but as you saw, even with 97% crit rate, she still will miss occasionally. The downfall is that she only has 36% effectiveness, so that's why this left-hand side hasn't been maxed yet. I wanted to see kind of how everything rolled before we go about trying to improve her effectiveness a little bit. So I'm not going to max these until I find a way to do it. This one I'll probably max because it's got 12% effectiveness. But this one only has 4. If I can find a way to increase her crit rate and her effectiveness at the same time, I'll do it. And then same thing here. This one has a ton of room for improvement. It's not a good piece of gear at all, but basically it was the best I had. So not too bad. I'm really happy with her speed. I'm happy with the damage output that she has, as she is at 2500 attack. This piece rolled quite well with 11% crit rate and 19% attack. And then this one as well with 18% attack with the effectiveness as well. So I'm really happy with everything about her except for the effectiveness. So that is going to be a work in progress. And finally, my Luna. So I finally maxed my Luna's gear. She's up to 2700 attack with 155 speed, 245 crit damage, and 57% crit chance and 66 effectiveness. So the 57 crit chance would be perfect if I had her second skill maxed, because this would bring it up to 30% bonus crit chance. plus the 15, which would be 45, which would bring it to 102% crit rate. But I'm 10 short on that, so she's only at 92% crit rate against the Wyvern boss right now. So she does miss the occasional crit, but nothing too serious. She has a plus 15 Joker. The effectiveness is perfect at around 66%, maybe even a little high. This is the one piece I'd like to change out, is we could be getting another 20% attack on here. But I don't have anything good where I also have high crit chance and effectiveness. The substats on this were just too good to pass up for now. But at some point, this will get swapped out for something else as well. And of course, crit damage here. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and I will try and help you out. I'm glad to be back. I hope we see you guys all on stream tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next time with another video. Thanks, guys, and good to see you all again.